Hi everybody, welcome. Hi friends, it's Simone from Our Year in Bali. Hope you're well and thank you so much for joining me on this really special IG Live where I get to speak to the founder of ProEducation Global from the Umlas campus and the Nuwara campus. So when you look at school in Bali and what schools are on offer and the education space in Bali, no other than Lana Reese, the founder of ProEd Global, will be the one to look at, see what she's doing, keep in touch with what this school is offering, because I can tell you that Bali is very lucky to have someone like Lana Reese and ProEd Global in general. I absolutely love sending a lot of my clients to the school. It's got two beautiful campuses in two great locations, of which I personally have visited many, many times. So when I think of ProEd Global, I see them as really a leader in this space because they're full of diversity and inclusivity, and they've got a really unique offering. Yes, they offer the Cambridge curriculum, but they offer their clients and their families so much. It's really exciting. So I am going to now introduce you to Lana from ProEd, the founder and the visionary behind all of these schools. And so I'm just going to invite questions to ask you. So ProEducation, as I said, it's actually available for oh, here we are. Oh, Lana's just arrived. Hi Lana, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Good. Have you had a good day?
Busy day, but a good day, thank you.
Yes, you're always really busy, but I always love saying hi to you and catching up like these types of lives together. It's always so special. So thanks for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, I was just telling everyone how ProEducation, obviously I see that you guys as the forefront of the education available on the island. I'm always excited to see what you've got to offer. You're always growing and inspiring my families that are coming to Bali. So I'm always excited to introduce them to your both your campuses that you cover, both from reception years, from 4 years of age right through to 18 and graduate, which is really, really great. So you've got that full solution and you've got a beautiful offering of that inclusivity and the diversity and the special offerings on these campuses that you give to my families as well as other families. So I've got lots of questions to ask you because you've always got new and exciting things to share. And I would love to say that you're obviously a long-term expat. You're a mother of two and you've been in this education space on the island for a very, very long time. So you are the one to talk to tonight. So I'm really happy that you're joining me to talk about schools in Bali and what you guys are doing at the moment, which I think is really, really exciting. So at the moment I can see that Lana has frozen, but that's okay. If you can see me and hear me, I'm happy for you that you're joining the call, which will also be recorded afterwards. And if there's any questions, by all means, please send myself or ProEducation, questions, whether it be the nitty gritty of finding out when the best time to enroll is, what type of languages they offer, if they help with children with English as a second language, and the curriculum and all those types of details. So just bear with me because I can see that Lana has frozen. But hopefully she will work out the connectivity in a moment, and I've got a lot of great questions. So by all means, if you wanted to actually jump in and ask us questions along the way, you can as well. So I'm just waiting to see if Lana's going to join us. Won't be a moment. Oh yes, you're back. You're back. That's all right. You're frozen there, but can you hear me and see me?
I can. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problems at all. I was just saying, obviously, it's always very exciting to talk to you because you've got so many great things that are always developing and you're always looking to grow in that education space. And I always love inviting my families to see what you guys have to offer. And of course, you're a long-term expat, you're a mum of two, you've been in education in Bali for over a decade. So you're the one to talk to when it comes to school life in Bali and what my clients and any family on the island right now who might be moving in the future, what they can see in regards to ProEducation. And there is lots of things to talk about tonight. So bear with me, I've got lots of great questions and I'm excited to start. Basically, if someone hasn't really found you at the moment in their search, or they haven't found through talking to me, why do you say, how would you describe ProEd and Nuanu and Umalas to someone who's never set foot on the island as such, or hasn't had been able to do a tour with you guys or anything like that? Can you just give us a little bit of a taster?
So ProEd Global School is located in Umalas, and we're also located in Pantanyeni in the Nuanu area, and we have two campuses. Both campuses start at reception, and the Nuanu campus is actually opening up its middle school this August, which is really exciting. Currently, it goes to year 6 at the Nuanu campus. August year 9 we open till. And the Umalas campus is reception to the end of grade 13. And at Umalas, we also have a school within a school of our Towards Independence program. And both campuses that we have the same school values. We are kind, we are respectful, and we try our best. And both campuses provide an academic program for our students. And you can find us on our website at proedschool.com. And actually, at the Nuanu campus, you can do a virtual tour walkthrough to see what that campus looks like. You can find us on our Instagram page as well. And you can book appointments with our admissions team and comfort tours at both campuses to learn more about who we are, our school values as well.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing. And when you talk about the school values, that's obviously a beautiful way of approaching school life, the kindness, the respect, and trying to do our best. I absolutely love that. But I was actually going to ask, I've read recently that you've got also ProEd Cares, and it's a short in the acronym for community, academics, recreation, empathy, and sustainability. So can you share a little bit more about ProEd Cares? Because that sounds really, really special.
Yeah, so in our secondary program, we've created this acronym, and this is a part of the school values and a part of what we like to achieve with our secondary students, and something we're going to bring forward across both campuses in the future for primary school as well. Community, or C for CARES, it's the first letter is community. And at ProEd Global School, we want to build a thriving community for our students and our parents, and also our teachers. And the second acronym is academics. And this is something that we are really focusing on to build within our campuses and school. And we really want our students to make sure that they are pushed to their academic level of achievement. And because at ProEd Global School, we're an inclusive community, different academic levels are set for students of different abilities. So we want to make sure that we recognise that at the core centre of our school, we provide an academic rigorous curriculum, but we also want to be inclusive, that for some students, for example, if they're doing their IGCSE studies, that they can have special applied provisions and accommodations for their individual needs. So the CARES acronym is Community, Academics, Recreation, Empathy and Sustainability. And the recreation, something that many of our families have experienced up to date, is that we do host many sort of extracurricular activities in recreation. We're a part of the BSSA sporting community. We have camps, we have excursions, and this is a key focus for students to feel what they're learning, to practice what they're learning and put it into action. A part of CARES is also empathy, and this is really inbuilt within our school values. We are kind and we are respectful, and we really want to make sure that our global citizens, our students, are really empathetic towards the community that we build, our inclusive community, that they're taking responsibility, and that we show empathy in our daily actions. And the last aspect of CARES is sustainability. And this is something that the school is developing and is probably our newest area of the CARES acronym, and the values we have is sustainability. And for example, at the Umalas campus, we're really trying to show students students ways we can be sustainable. And at the moment, we have a building project on campus where we're building a new music room, and it's actually out of a product that's recycled plastic from Block Solutions. So what we're trying to do is not just walk the talk, but to show through our actions with our students, with building, with development, that sustainability is a conscious choice we're making. We can also see this through our Nawanu campus, the way that we've built the campus through using sustainable products with bamboo, and our tented concept that sustainability is a part of who we are. And we're trying to bring that into action so students can feel it and a part of their experience. Yeah, we have things like Eco Warriors, which is an extracurricular activity, another way we're trying to bring sustainability in within the academic practice of the students' sort of, ongoing day-to-day sort of participation. So we are kind, we are respectful, we try our best. And also in the secondary area, we're bringing in the acronym of CARES, which is Community, Academics, Recreation, Empathy and Sustainability.
That's really impressive. And I can see how that sets you guys apart from any other school on the island. So well done on developing that. It's super exciting. So you always talk about the global citizen, which I know is very important to you, and your community is so diverse and people coming from all backgrounds, and they're using Bali as a fantastic, school life platform, work life platform, personal development. So can you describe a little bit more about the global citizen and how that sort of fits in your community and the school?
Yeah, so in our school, we have over 30 different nationalities within the school, and that's not just for students, but that's inclusive of our teachers that we employ as well. We want to make sure that our community represents a global community, and we want our students to be leaders. So when they come into school, they're learning leadership skills, and they're going out back into the global community as sort of, conscious individuals and citizens of the world. So we really want an international community within our school cohort, the teachers and the students. We want to make sure that we represent diversity. And when we talk about global citizens, we're talking about sort of nationalities and sort of transcending through sort of geographies, but also inclusivity is not just that, it's also our inclusivity, diversity of special needs as well.
Yeah, you mentioned about the teachers and the special needs. So I know what's very unique about your school is the special needs disability coordinator, the OT, and the speech and language. So that sort of team, can you describe that and explain how that fits in within the school? Because that's very unique.
Yeah, so it's one of our special qualities that at the Umalas campus, our Nawanu campus doesn't have our sort of special needs sort of breadth of services that the Umalas campus has. But at the Umalas campus, we have a speech and language therapist, occupational therapist, we have maths support teachers, literacy support teachers, EAL, English other than so English second language teachers as well. And what we like to do is assess students on entry, not to say you can't come to school, but to assess where their needs are so that we can place them correctly in the right classrooms to make sure that we get the ongoing progress. Some of our students that have enrolled at Nawanu, although we don't have this team on standby or on site, some of our students then do access this service through the Umalas campus. But what we like to do is we like to look at the students' needs. Perhaps a child is coming in not with the vocabulary that they should. They may then go to English second language support classes, and they may have extra of that embedded within their program. Or say a child may be coming in and their fine motor skills isn't as well developed. The occupational therapist may then consult with teachers to figure out a program or some goals to try and help develop that for the child.
That is very unique and very well. People need that on the island. So well done on delivering such a special service. And I've got people that I'm helping with from all backgrounds, all needs. And as you said, English as a second language is obviously very common. People are coming to the island from all around the world, so that's always an issue as well. So that's great that you guys offer that service. So thank you for sharing. So you were talking about Nuanu, and I'm really excited because it's nearly a year since you launched the amazing campus in the Tabanan Regency, which has got those beautiful black beaches off memory, and then you've got the beautiful, rice fields, and it's a really special part of Bali that's quite untouched at the moment. So tell me a little bit more about the expansion and what people have to look forward to this August.
So in August last year, we opened reception to Year 6 at the Nuanu campus, and we've opened that, and we have about 100 students there at the moment, which is wonderful. For such a sort of an untouched area of Bali, to have that many students is a great achievement. And our expansion opens in August with the Year 7, Year 8 and Year 9 program. But not only are we building those classrooms in, we're building expanding facilities, so music room, art room, and indoor amphitheatre for performing arts. We've then got a huge outdoor soccer pitch as well that will be lit up at night, so we can have night markets and night games for students. We've then got stadium seating around our basketball and AstroTurf soccer pitch, separate to the outdoor pitch. And what we're really trying to do with the Nuanu campus is build in, with the middle school expansion, is to build in improved facilities for our current Nuanu students and community. So it's wonderful. If you don't know the Nuanu concept or the community, have a look on the Nuanu Instagram page. There's a lot of exciting art projects there. There is Luna Beach Club has opened up down the road. There's OXO housing, living accommodation around the corner. So a lot of infrastructure is being put into that area. So what it will provide our families is a really sort of outdoor living area, sort of close to nature. And yeah, we're in the Nuanu sort of community, which is beautiful.
I was just going to say thank you for also describing the neighbourhood as well and what people can understand in that area. And you've also got a bus system anyway from Umalas to Nuanu, which helps both sides if you wanted to live on that Umalas side, for example. So how would you describe the Umalas neighbourhood and where the school is situated for someone who maybe hasn't reached into the Umalas area? They've gone maybe to Canggu or Seminyak and have toured a few areas, but not understanding how beautiful the Umalas neighbourhood is and where the school is actually situated.
So where the Umalas school is located on Jalan Bumbak, and we have two entrances to the school. Now Umalas is becoming like a small city. It's becoming quite built up, but it does provide great restaurants around the area. We've got good infrastructure in terms of banks are close by, lots of access to supermarkets, doctors and shops, which is, if you're coming from a city, it is sort of going to Nuanu, for example, might be a little bit more remote than coming into Umalas. But as we are all experiencing in Bali at the moment, traffic is our biggest constraint. And we do have a bus service that goes from the Umalas campus every morning to Nuanu. It is 11 kilometres in distance between campuses, but actually it's a 45-minute drive because of traffic. But many of our families are using and utilising the bus service from Umalas to Nuanu. It's a ProEd school bus that does this service, and some families prefer to live in Umalas because of the life beyond school is a little bit more sort of closer to services for kids after school. Things like Bali Bulldogs is down the road, Fins is down the road. You've got sort of Evo Scolari Dance School down the road, Just Dance. So the Umalas campus can be a little bit closer to after school activities in comparison to the Nuanu campus. but I know with the vision of where Nuanu is going, there's a lot more sort of activities being implemented in the Nuanu sort of estate that will sort of be really favourable to families once that takes off.
Very exciting. Thank you for sharing. That's a really good description and something that I can help people with as well. But I mean, I love visiting both campuses and they're in both great neighborhoods. But it makes sense what you're saying as well, how some families might choose one area or the other and then just take the bus service if that suits them as well. So thank you for that. So with regards to like curriculums, I know you've talked a little bit about it, but I know you adopt the Cambridge, the British curriculum. So if you can just explain a little bit more from people coming all around the world, some are coming from the Australian curriculum, I've got Europeans who might not be familiar, or Americans. So can you please explain a little bit more about the Cambridge curriculum and how that's adopted?
Yeah. So we're currently in the accreditation phase of the Cambridge curriculum, and we use this syllabus at the moment at both campuses. We use the international syllabus, and that does provide a few challenges for our non-native English speakers, and that's when our students get English second language support, because it is aimed at teaching an international age appropriate student in English. So if they're a grade 2 student, we're not teaching beginning English, we're teaching at the grade 2 level. And we're using the Cambridge syllabus to teach that. In our upper years in the secondary, we do IGCSEs, which is a 2-year program that starts at year or grade 10. So it goes grade 10 and grade 11. At the end of grade 11, they do their GCSEs. At the end of grade 13, they do A-levels. So they start with their AS level in year 12 and they complete their year 13 and get their A-level. But through the senior years, we also complete BTECs as well, and they're accredited through Pearson at the moment. And we've also got our ASDAN short courses and our ASDAN towards independent subjects for students who need differentiated classes. And these may be students that find it very difficult to access mainstream curriculum. So some of our students, we might do a combination and integrate the ASDAN or the BTECs in with GCSE and A-levels. Some of these students might receive the ASDAN towards independence curriculum at the lower levels in the towards independence 1 and 2 classes. So, yeah.
That's great. And so each class itself is quite small, I believe. So do you mind sharing that ratio of, the lovely small personalized, one-on-one teaching, I suppose, that children get and how that works with your teaching and your class sizes?
Yeah, so this current academic year at Umalas, we have class sizes of about 15 students. And at the Nuanu campus, we have a maximum of 24. Across the whole ProEd Global School in the next academic year, our structure is 24 students per class. And we have 2 teachers, an international teacher and 1 national teacher teaching in the classroom. So there's a ratio of 1 to 12. This has changed in the last few years. We've increased the amount of students, and that is purely because we are seeking higher qualified teachers to be in classrooms. And as a result of that, they can obviously handle more students. But we do have 2 qualified teachers, 1 international, 1 national, in every classroom across ProEd Global School.
Beautiful. Excellent. Thank you for sharing. So as I'm just going to check any of my other questions. So the minimum enrollment time, sometimes I get that question when I'm helping families move over. Is it a minimum of a term that people can enroll? Obviously, you want to build the community, and most of my clients are looking for years in Bali. But what is the minimum enrollment that you would accept, I suppose?
So the 2 different campuses, obviously one with a new campus at Nuanu, we do have more available places, but I'm actually seeing a lot of traction there And, this year we've got 100 students that have completed the school year. This week we finished the school year. But next year we've already got 150. So the Nuanu campus is actually filling up quite fast. And I would say to people, if you're interested in the Nuanu campus, you should get in as early as like 6 months minimum to get a place. Just particularly because the facilities that we're building in there are very attractive to families and students. And yeah, I would say 6 months ahead of time at least for Nuanu. The Umalas campus, we have actually a smaller number of students that we will accept, because obviously the campus has been open longer, and we have our students that are already enrolled and who are happy at the school, and they're sort of progressing year on year up to the next grade level. So there are less places at the Umalas campus available each year because of that reason. So I would say both campuses a minimum of at least 6 months to start the process, to guarantee your place. Obviously, there's always little gaps here and there that you might be really lucky and you might get a place because there might be an available place, because it's not every school has 100% occupancy in a place like Bali where there's constant sort of migration happening.
Yep. No, that makes perfect sense. So I'm just trying to think if there was any other questions. So I do know with regards to that, enrolling up front, you've got a special offer at the moment for people that actually enroll for a year. Is that correct? I've just wanted to share a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so we do run an early bird promotion, and we do want to increase our student enrolment numbers slightly, particularly our Nuanu campus. So we've offered an incentive of a 30% discount up until July 10th, sorry. It's a one-time payment. It's not people can pay per term. If people pay per term, it is the normal structured termly enrolment fees and tuition fees. But we do have a promotion at the moment trying to really showcase who we are at ProEd, and to also show that we are expanding into our middle school as well.
Yeah, super exciting. I can't wait to visit in August. So the next school year in August. So you're on a break now. You're actually on a holiday break. Is that right? Not really.
No, I'm not on a holiday break. I'm busy building the middle school, but this Friday is our last day of the academic calendar.
Very exciting. So lots of graduation ceremonies and people going, a bit of a flurry of excitement, and people on lots of different holidays and doing lots of great things. And then you're really focused on the next chapter, which is super exciting. What a quick growth you've got, and what amazing offerings that you give to people on the island. So both people on the island that are also planning to get there for the next, new year, just, definitely look into Pro Education. You can speak to me, you can speak to your team. I know the enrollment team is absolutely lovely. The head of campuses are amazing. Everyone's really approachable, and just very, open and honest and very kind. And I really always love, sharing ProEd's messages to everybody, and letting them know what solutions there are for their children, because you guys can cover right from the early years right through to the graduation. So, there's always an offering there for somebody who wants to look into school life in Bali. So is there any other parting words? Is there anything I haven't asked you? I know we've covered, your exciting, your new approach with the cares, your beautiful values, the growth that you've done, and what you're about to do with Nuanu, and the amazing offer that you have for enrollments as well. So is there anything that you would like to share that I haven't asked you?
I think it's really important that people not only look at our website, but do come in and meet Maureen, who is our Umalas enrolment or admissions personnel, and Julia at the Nuanu campus to have a tour. I think it's really important when people are looking at schools for them to meet the teachers, to actually feel the campus, because websites present a really flat surface in comparison to touring around. I know that walking through the Umalas campus, there is a different feeling at the Nuanu campus, although we share the same values. So I think it's absolutely paramount that people come into the campus, meet the head of school at each campus, and actually, you know, feel the energy within that space and think, is this a great place for my child? I'm reading some of the questions
Yes,
on the screen people put in.
I
Um,
was just going to say, let's answer them. That would be great. So, is there any tours happening over the summer
yes,
vacation?
there are tours. So if you contact our WhatsApp number on the website, you can book directly with admissions. We are open throughout the whole summer program. Actually, we have Avatar at the Nuanu campus hosting a kids camp. So you'll get to see the Nuanu campus with students there. It's an Avatar holiday program, not a ProEd program. But yeah, you can contact the WhatsApp phone number and you can book a tour, come and have a tour. The head of schools are obviously having their well-deserved break, but I am available over the holidays if there are sort of any special conversations that people would like to have. Perhaps they're about inclusivity, perhaps they're about language level, this sort of thing. I am available for that as well.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree. Getting out there and doing a tour and meeting people is going to make a big difference compared to even Instagram or websites or anything like that. You have to be in Bali and you have to tour and you have to see, what your feel is about the whole thing. Absolutely. So the other couple of questions, and if there's any more, we'll answer them for sure, or we can answer them afterwards. The other question before was actually about language. And what other languages do you teach apart from English and Bahasa? Do you offer like French or Italian or anything like that? Is there any other languages, or can you advise what someone would like to do if they want to keep up their French or Italian, for example?
So at both campuses, we offer English and Indonesian. The Indonesian is actually quite intensive. Students study this in the primary school as a daily program. In the secondary school, there is, I think, 2 or 3 lessons a week dedicated to this. And we're actually at Umalas introducing an IGCSE in Indonesian, which is fantastic. But if your child is not fluent in English, this is where at the Nuanu campus we have a dedicated team of 5 teachers, which is a lot for a school of a small size, 5 teachers to help support English immersion in their sort of daily sort of learning at the school. At the Umalas campus, we have 3 teachers for English second language support. We also do have an Indonesian scholarship program that has been published on our website and Instagram. We are looking at the moment to host more Indonesian students within both at the Nuanu campus. And this is something that I think is really important that we foster. So if you are an Indonesian national student and you would like to study at an international school, we do have a scholarship program students can also apply to.
Wow, that's exciting. That's something new that I didn't know about. So thank you for sharing. So, and with regards to extra language, is that something that you do offer in regards to, say, learning German or learning Italian or French, like is in an extra language? So they haven't come necessarily from there, but maybe they're an Australian and they've learned French for the last 3 or 4 years at school and they want to continue that. Do you guys offer any of those extra languages or extracurricular activities, or would they just go and find a tutor or do some other alternative, for example?
Yeah. At the moment, the only extracurricular service that's beyond the extracurricular program, the ECAs that we offer, which is a paid service, is Avatar. And they do some extra English support classes at both campuses after school. It doesn't include languages like French or German or Spanish at the moment. What we're really focused on at the school is making sure the foundations of what we're teaching is high academics, and really focused on making sure that what's in the curriculum, we're really transferring quality within that program. I think in the future we will build that in at some point. We used to do that, but for the moment, I think what's important is making sure what we do as our core is done very well and not trying to tap into too many bubbles at once, making sure what we do is on point, and then later in the future we can sort of diverge a little bit. But I want to do what we're offering and do it well.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, no, that makes perfect sense. It was just a question that I wanted to put through to you. And the last one I just saw that popped up was just describing the community in Nuanu. So I think someone mentioned, are they Indonesian citizens or what type of community? I know it's always global and there's over 30 nationalities, but that question did pop up. So I guess it's understand the community, but of course it's getting out there and doing tours. But if you wanted to share anything more about the community in Nuanu, please.
Yeah. So actually, our community in Nuanu, we have students from all different areas. We have less nationalities in Nuanu than we do in the Umalas campus. We would like the Nuanu community to have more of a global community. We're finding that the demographic living in that area is more Eastern European. So we're finding that our students, there's a lot more Eastern European students in the campus. But we are a global community. We take all learners. We do not discriminate against inclusiveness in any respect, whether it's disability, nationality, language. So, yeah, we do find that the Nuanu community has less diversity of nationalities. But what we have tried to do is really make sure that we've hired teachers from all different countries at Nuanu to really try and encourage the sort of the global aspect of the school. We have teachers who are French, we have teachers who are German, we have teachers who are Australian, we have teachers who are South African, we have teachers that are American, we have teachers that are Peruvian. We have diversity of teachers trying to really hopefully encourage sort of a global community as well.
That's beautiful. Well, I can see there's another question come through, but I think it's more personal because everyone's on their own personal journey. So I think I'll let the people to just literally reach out to you, whether it's through the admin team, whether it's sending an email, whether it's coming in person. You're available all over the summer break, and so we want to make sure that everyone reaches out to you or me, and we'll put you in touch with the right people. So thank you so much for joining me. I know you're really, really busy and you need to go and have some dinner now because you've had a long day. But it's always such a pleasure talking to you, and I'm super excited to hear about the developments. I love hearing about, for example, ProEd Cares. I think that's brilliant. I'm always excited to tell my clients to check out ProEd Global, both Umalas and Nuanu. There's always a solution. So well done on everything that you're doing. Thanks for joining me. I hope people look into that enrollment early bird as well, because I think it's an absolute amazing saving, because school fees can add up, and to something to budget for as well, and to know that you've paid for that, and you've got all the other things of cost of living to look after. That would be really nice for somebody to know that their school fees are are paid for, and especially with that great price. So thank you for sharing, and I look forward to seeing you again, and have a lovely evening. And if anyone has further questions, please reach out to us, and this will be saved as well for people to watch if they missed it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Lovely to see you. Have a good evening.
Bye.
See you. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining.